Welcome to our channel. We are going to be opening this pack. We're going to do psychic readings while opening this Pokemon pack.
Yes, we are opening Scarlet and Violet, Paldea Evolved.
All right, so pick a number 1 through 10.
Or you can pick multiple numbers. So if you're not familiar with Pokemoncy pack opening, we're going to open it, lay all the cards face down, pick them one by one, and deliver individual psychic messages through the cards. And if you're watching on YouTube, we do this live on Twitch, and we do free readings for all attendees. So make sure you follow us on Twitch.
So take a moment and take some deep breaths. Or you could pause this video and, once you figure everything out, then you could hit play and then, join us with the reading.
Yep, which you can also assign different topics or certain questions to numbers as well. So while you're taking a moment and taking some deep breaths and writing your questions down, I would like to highlight some awesome products that we have on our website. They are called Poke Ecosystems. So they're energetic ecosystems that are activated with the power of Pokemon with crystals that do different energy work where you place them in your home. And they come with a little card that explains the energy work that they do. Skorupi here is to help aid in transformation and rebirth, like death and rebirth. And then we have a shiny Croagunk, which helps you recognize toxic things in your life and stay away from toxic people, places, things. We have Golbat here that helps protect you against energetic vampires. And then we have Clefairy here that helps you work with the moon and recognize your cycles and so on. So we have a lot of them on our website. We also do custom items if you want a custom piece of your favorite Pokemon to do some energy work for you, because Pokemon are here to help us, and connecting with the Pokeverse in this way is so special and unique, and we would really love to share our gifts with you. So without further ado, we are going to be opening Scarlet and Violet Paldea Evolved. So I hope you all have your numbers written down, or your questions, or your topics. So let's see. It's already Paldea Evolved. So I definitely feel like if you're tuning in, there is definitely some evolution going on in your life. We are also doing this reading on the new moon. And it's a very transformative time for sure. Oop, I saw one of them. Code card. All right. Okay. Ready for number 1? Leave us a comment. Let us know.
All right.
You go first.
Okay. All right. Number 1. Let's see. Rookidee? Rookidee?
Yeah.
Okay. Rickety. All right, we have Rickety using Send Back, okay? It's definitely giving owl energy and, sending back a message. It says this Pokemon is brave and reckless. The white markings around the Rookidee's eyes intimidate fin-feathered Pokemon. So, yeah, very interesting. I definitely feel like owls kind of represent our, deep psychic knowledge, right? If we think of owl's spirit, it can see in the dark, it can rotate its head, so it's very knowledgeable. And we talked about this being like an evolutionary form. So you evolving, and the fact that you're stepping into this bravery, and it talks about being brave and almost kind of reckless, right? Because when you are brave, you're really just putting yourself out there, and it can seem a little bit reckless, but for someone that's evolving and stepping into this energy, it's embracing that, especially if you're somebody who likes to strategically move or whatever. This is like the evolutionary form. It's okay to be reckless during this time. And it also talks about the white markings over its eyes. So being able to see very clearly, right? The white represents light energy, right? So being able to see with your eyes, truly, things are going to start being very clear to you. Again, it's that balance of the light and shadow energy. And it talks about it's intimidating, right? So your eyes, I definitely feel like you're going to be piercing your eyes, and you're going to be able to see exactly, through everything, right? The eyes, you're going to be able to see very clearly, and it's going to intimidate people, especially if you look them right into the eyes, right? The eyes are the windows of the soul, and it's going to intimidate some people. It's going to be like, whoa, a little taken back. And, it's to embrace that energy. So I definitely feel like you're ready to fly and evolve and, just be brave.
Love that. All right, number 2. Oh, we have reverse holo Miss Magus. with Magical Flick. It says, its cry sounds like an incantation. It is said that the cry may rarely be imbued with happiness-giving power. Yeah, I feel like this is a call to start getting into your own magic, start getting into your own craft. You can call it ritual, prayer, witchcraft, however you want to put it. You know, Miss Magus definitely, you know, she wears that hat. Call it by any other name, it still looks so sweet, you know? And so with Magic Flick, I feel like it's time for you to get into your magic. Like, start learning magic principles, you know, basic principles of, you know, what are the elements? How do I use them? How are certain crystals used? How are certain herbs used? You know, things from the earth that are naturally designed to help us and heal us and, you know, help us manifest our goals, because it is talking about how its cries sound like an incantation. So there can be certain mantras, right? Incantation means that you are verbally affirming something. I am feeling like some of you actually need to cry, and that is also part of like ritual magic, of like having an emotional release as you're doing some sort of ritual can really put that oomph behind it to help a manifestation come through. But regardless, using incantations, which are, you know, all words are spells, that's why it's called spelling, but making sure that the words that you're saying and repeating to yourself out loud are positive and are helping, because it's talking about how it's imbued with happiness giving power. So clearly you want to be happy. What do you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually need to be happy? Figure out what that is and do some magic to make it happen. I mean, and I just even posted this on the Spiritual Gym Leaders today, is you don't have to believe in magic. You have to believe in yourself. You are the magic. And that's exactly what I'm getting here in this reverse hollow.
I was also getting like saving your tears in little jars.
That's true. That is true, honestly. And using that, keeping that in your apothecary when you need to do certain types of spell work or ritual magic or whatever is really powerful.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then we have number 3. All right, Magnemite.
Oh,
Very.
We had a Magnemite visit us before we started.
Uh-huh. All right, Magnemite. Magnetic charge. The electromagnetic waves emitted by the units at the side of its head expels anti-gravity, which allows it to float. So it's definitely giving like nervous system stuff, and like again like regulating your nervous system. And I feel like, especially if you've been, this is the message, if you've been doing your nervous system work and regulation, you're gonna feel like you're floating, because you finally have your systems aligned and regulated where it's going to feel euphoric. So this is a sign, whether you have started your nervous system journey or not, you're going to be feeling this like high energy. And again, it talks about it's expelling energies from both sides. Again, like what it is, right? Magnemite is it's a magnet, right? So again, what do you want to bring to you and what do you want to repel? So I think this is also a time where, again, like how, if you have your nervous system that is dysregulated, you know, it's going to send signals throughout your body of what, you know, like what in the past you've been attracting, right? It's going to feel safe to you, and what isn't going to be safe to you. So again, you need to regulate it to retrain your system into knowing what is good for you and what isn't. Because if in the past you've been attracting things that you don't want, I think this is the reprogramming you have to do, right? Doing that inner work, and what vibes are you sending out into the universe, and what are you attracting? So this is like a reminder, again, what you are calling in is what you are projecting outwards. So this is a reminder, if you don't like what's coming into your sphere, you need to do some work to A, regulate your emotions and your nervous system, and B, what you are putting out into the universe, what signals and signs are you putting out. So again, yeah, magnetic charge. So again, charging yourself. Again, like once you do that work, send it out.
Okay, number 4. We have Crocolore using steady fire breathing. It says, the combination of Crocolore's fire energy and overflowing vitality has caused an egg-shaped fireball to appear on this Pokemon's head. I love this. There's honestly so much in here. First of all, it's the middle evolution of fire type. So I feel like you are in the middle stages of your the evolution of your fire, which is your vitality, your vital force, your energy levels, your passion, also your lust, and things like that. So I feel like you're in the middle of it, and it's talking about steady fire breathing. So right now in your evolution, you are learning how to steadily utilize your fire. And it was just 11:11 right as I said that, so make your wish. So I feel like, yeah, you're learning how to maintain your energy levels to not get burnt out and also not get lazy. You know, it's like a really good middle ground of maintaining your fire, maintaining your flow. It is talking about the combination of its fire energy and overflowing vitality. And that's the thing, is you have overflowing vitality, right? It's because you are tapped into unlimited energy source, and you understand that you can do anything and you have all this energy. But just because you have this unlimited energy, you recognize that there are physical limitations in the body, and physical limitations even with time and things like that. So you're recognizing, like, even though I have this overflowing energy, I need to make sure I'm honoring and respecting my other elements, right? Earth element, which is the physical vessel; emotional element, the body, or the emotional body; and of course air, mental health, right? You can't be working and thinking all day, or else your head hurts. So this is really talking about maintaining that steady fire flow. And it is talking about how all of this caused an egg-shaped fireball to appear on the Pokemon's head, right? It kind of looks like it's wearing its hat. This is the crown chakra. So it seems like and the crown chakra is located above your head. It's where you get information from the external world, and it gets downloaded into your brain, into your third eye, to comprehend what's going on. So you have reached this level of crown chakra activations, crown chakra information of how you're getting data from the external world and processing it in a way where the automatic program is, how can I use my energy to the best of my ability without getting burnt out, to keep and maintain this steady fire flow. And it's really great. I also love how there's like this little berry that's getting tossed into his mouth. He's so cute. And I also feel like part of maintaining this energy flow that you're recognizing is what you're eating. And you recognize, as you're eating more nutrient-dense food, less processed stuff, less things with dyes and unnatural additives, or even natural flavors, which is still poisons, like, you're recognizing that's actually helping your energy levels and you have more energy. So I really love this. I picked Fuecoco in Scarlet and Violet, so this card has a special place in my heart. It's one of the only fire starters I ever picked, so I love that for you, number 4.
Mm-hmm. And also, bonus is doing Breath of Fire. I feel like incorporating that into your practice. You could Google it, YouTube it, but pretty much you're just like activating your core, like, and you'll feel it. You're gonna feel really hot.
Yeah,
so
definitely some dragon energy. I even wear my Dragonite sweatshirt to bring that dragon vibes in. And yeah, we're rocking that fire power today. Okay.
All right, next up we have number 5. I'm gonna pick this one. I need help.
I think it's Sea Titan.
Sea Titan.
I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but I think, and it definitely gives me like Cetus vibes.
Okay. You want to talk about Cetus?
So Cetus is the constellation right under Aries, and it is the celestial whale figure, basically. It's kind of like a hybrid. It's like whale, part reptile, and part part fish, part whale, and part reptile. There we go, because whales are mammals. So and it's like the historical record keeper of everything. Like, the Akashic can be accessed through Cetus, and it's basically like the galactic historian. Everything is stored within the consciousness of whale spirit, and also because it's hybridized, it has a lot of DNA information as well.
Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely getting like listening to whale songs. So like Googling or, you know, putting on YouTube like whale songs, and I think is it the whale migration?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So again, like migrating, it's very interesting because it says this Pokemon wanders around snowy, icy areas. It protects its body with powerful muscles and a thick layer of fat under its skin. So again, this is water energy. So water represents our emotional body, but again, it talks about ice and snow, so solidified water as well. So again, like, I definitely feel like there was a protective mechanism of freezing your emotions, and whatever emotional stuff that you went through is kind of like, I don't want to say trapped in its body, but it is essentially, like, again, like, trauma is stored in the body. I think we, as a collective, we all know this now. And it talks about, it protects itself with its big muscles. So again, like, I definitely feel like you're moving through, like, you're working in a different way of moving through these solidified emotions through the body and, like, working out, and that's the way that you're literally, like, moving this energy out. And it talks about the thick layer of its skin. So again, like, just because, like, you probably have been told, like, wow, like, you're just so strong and you've gone through a lot, but, like, look at you, you know, and stuff like that. But again, just because you've been strong and, you know, throughout your whole life, no matter what you've been through, it's also saying that, like, it's okay to, like, release that. You don't have to be this tough person all the time. And I think that's where that protective layer came from, of you, like, going, like, okay, if I'm strong, I need to deal with this, and, like, packing on this, you know, weight or muscles and stuff like that. And it talks about, like, a missile, so I think you're ready to just, like, release it and move. Again, you're still moving through it. It talks about it wanders through the snow and the ice. So again, like, you're no stranger to your emotions, but it's still solidified through it. So I feel like once you break through that layer, it's going to be able to dissolve as you continue to move forward.
And as a little extra, like, ice and coldness are often reflections of injustice wounding, and that can often be when the emotions aren't processed during injustice, usually because we have to protect ourselves when something unjust is being done to us, and that's when the things just start solidifying on our body. All right, number 6. Ooh, steel type energy. So steel type energy represents needing to protect your energy, to protect your energetic aura, creating energetic boundaries. So this can be setting boundaries with people, like, no, I'm not going to do this. No, I don't have time. You know, no is also a complete sentence. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone, especially someone trying to get something out of you, okay? So especially someone trying to steal your energy, take from you. So create actual boundaries with individuals, but also create energetic boundaries, which can actually, you know, help you avoid situations where people are trying to do that. When you create energetic boundaries, so for example, you could set an alarm on your phone, you know, when, like, maybe 10 minutes after you wake up, and just put, like, light shield or light bubble or I am protected, and just imagine, you know, a light bubble or a light shield around you. You could wear a crystal, and you have to give the crystal a job, so you tell the crystal, like, protect me, right? Like onyx or black obsidian would be really good for that. So, you know, as you're protecting yourself, then people who want to take from you or bother you or whatever, like, they will, it's kind of like the Magnemite stuff, they will be repelled from you, so that you don't have to, you know, set verbal boundaries with them, because energetically they won't even be able to reach you at that point. That was 6.
Okay. All right, we have number 7,
Yeah.
Graffiti.
A lot of these I've never said aloud. I've only read them. So you'll have to let us know in the comments how it's pronounced.
All right. It says spit poison. The color of the poisonous saliva depends on what the Pokemon eats. Graffiti covers its fingers with its saliva and draws patterns on trees and forest. So this is kind of very clear. Your spit, your saliva, the words that you're speaking, especially it says spit poison. So being very mindful of the words that you are speaking. Again, Sachi talked about words are spellings. So again, like, the words that you tell to yourself, even think about yourself, anything that has to do, if you don't want anybody speaking to you in that way, why would you speak to yourself in that way? And the second message here is being mindful of what you are eating. Again, like, it talks about The color of the poisonous saliva depends on what the Pokemon eats. So what you are eating, are you eating poisonous food right now? That's definitely going to be affecting your body and affecting yourself in the long run. Just because you're enjoying it now, what you do today is going to affect you tomorrow. So make the hard decisions today so tomorrow could be better. These are about discipline and poise. And it covers its fingers, what it eats. So again, like being mindful of the hand-mouth receptors. And I think maybe part of eating is, especially like eating habits, is like maybe being mindful, like having good practices, like what you're reaching towards and stuff, and like putting it into your mouth. So there is something about the hand-mouth coordination, and especially I'm definitely getting like even the way you speak and how you move your hands. I know some people like to talk with their hands. I know I do. And what signs and signals you are getting. So it definitely is like a lot of shadow because it's a dark type energy. So again, this is a lot of things that have to do in the shadow and like bringing it to light. And it talks about, these are patterns, right? It talks about the patterns of the tree in the forest. So maybe this is a pattern that you recognize within your family tree as well, like the patterns that you've inherited, right? Just like what you were taught growing up about maybe the way you speak or what you eat, and how that influences you now. And maybe if you have children, how is that being passed on to your children? Or if you want to have children, whatever it might be, or your inner child, it's time to reprogram that. Just because you're taught something doesn't mean it's true. You could always reteach yourself how to do things. So just being mindful of that, and mindful of what you eat and what you say.
And I was also getting with the hands, like pay attention to what is in like your soaps and things that are actually getting on your hands. Like most hand soaps have dyes and fragrances in them, which the skin absorbs, and those are endocrine disruptors. They are legit poisons with no value. It's ridiculous how common it is that all these soaps have just like terrible poison. Mrs. Myers is the best soap brand that we have found that has no bad additives and or make your own soap, which Zuby makes our soap. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Wait, that was 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my God, we got 11 cards again. You saw it here again. This is the second time we've pulled 11 cards out of a booster pack. Oh my God. Arceus. Arceus.
It's funny because the last reading that we did, I counted it. This time I didn't. I was like, okay.
I was like, yeah, of course it's just going to be 10. Oh my God. Okay, so bonus. I guess will be this one plus 11 kind of, but okay, we'll do number 8. All right, you ready? We got Phalanx using Headbutt. Okay, fighting type. So I feel like there is some, Phalanx represents like the Trojan, like alignments that soldiers do and things like that. So I definitely feel kind of like war vibes here with Headbutt. So you may be headbutting with someone and you're trying to sort of rally the troops in order to have more force to oppose this energy. Let's see what it says. It says the brass, which is the one that stands in the front and issues orders, is the strongest and smartest of the 6. Okay, so, and it's the formation Pokemon. Yeah, so I feel like any sort of headbutt that is going on here, it's important to sort of literally distinguish who should be the leader and who's calling the shots, okay? And I know sometimes it can be a little bit hard for the ego to accept that maybe someone is smarter than us in a particular area. Maybe they're more educated in this area. Maybe they're a little bit, sharper. What does it say? Smartest and strongest, right? And sometimes like it can also be a little bit humbling recognizing like, okay, that person's stronger than me. They have more muscles. They can lift more, or they can do more, or whatever. But like that's part of being in a community and understanding job allocation and understanding that we're all good at certain things, and we all can be in a leadership position, but just not all at once. And to recognize like when you are the strongest and the smartest in this area and you should be the one leading, and then also recognize when like it's just your ego trying to inflate your itself, right? The ego's just trying to inflate itself and trying to take a position maybe that you're not necessarily qualified for. And, you know, it's important the same way that others will recognize you as a leader, like, wow, they're so strong and smart about this particular thing. Like, that sort of admiration that you get, you have to be willing to give that to other people too. So when you recognize those things in other people, like, wow, they are really smart, they are really intelligent, they're, you know, very qualified, and they have a lot of the qualities that I aspire to be in this area, and that's why they should be in the leader. Just recognize that, you know, there's a reason why they should be in that position. So maybe some of the headbutting is because, like, who should be in charge, you know, who's in front, da-da-da-da-da, but also recognize the one in front, the brass, they're also the one taking the first hit, okay? So it's not all rainbows and sunshines being, you know, the leader or at the front line. So, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of kind of understanding things from another person's perspective and letting them take the lead when it's their turn.
Alrighty, and that 2, 4,
That was
6,
8.
8. Okay, 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, 9. Ooh, superior energy retrieval.
Oh, nice. I've never seen that before.
Wow. Okay, so it's kind of like leading into that. So, wow, that's some big energy there. So, all right, superior energy retrieval. So I definitely feel like wherever you have given your energy to, your power to, it's time to call that back to you. It has like a claw on the electric energy ball, and it's retrieving it. And around it is fire, grass, and water as well. So I definitely feel like retrieving your energy, especially if you feel very depleted at this time. I think it's time to just call back your energy and make sure that it's cleansed and cleared before you, like, as you're calling it back, because sometimes they could put, like, you know, whatever. Just making sure that you do that. Just cleanse and clear that energy as you're calling it back to you. And just, like, understand, like, how superior you are and how great you are, and also how great your energy is. And, you know, and by doing so, it's not, like, learning these lessons where you've given your power, your energy to in the past, and recognizing that and moving forward, knowing that you are, it is kind of like a superiority complex in a way, but again, it's rightfully so, because you know how amazing your energy is, and you shouldn't just give it to anybody who gives you any, you just shouldn't. So it's, again, it's knowing how great you are and knowing who is worthy of your time and energy and who can reciprocate that back to you, especially like your, everything about you, your firepower, the way that you ground yourself, your emotional energy, your electric energy. Again, it's all very vital as well. So, yeah, it's very interesting because it does, like, these two messages kind of like go hand in hand, and it's like part of knowing, like, recognizing the, like, when you should let somebody else lead. That is also a really good quality, you know, and that's kind of like very, like, that is a leadership quality, is knowing, okay, like, this person's better at this than me, and because it's you and other people around, like, you want your hive, you want your community to thrive, so it's like getting out of your own ego to allow somebody else to take that leadership position. And, you know, that is a great leadership quality. That is superior qualities as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 10, and remember, there is a number 11, so if you have, like, a little bonus question or topic in your mind, assign that to 11. All right, we have number 10. Ooh, Hollow Gyarados. Okay, with Revengeful Storm. Oof, the atrocious Pokemon. Okay, so I'm definitely getting super dense energy that you want revenge for something, and it has to do with emotions. So it feels like someone did you wrong. Again, kind of injustice wounding if you picked this card, I feel like it's definitely connected. So I feel like there was some sort of injustice done, and now you want revenge. And the thing is, this energy is swirling around in your emotional body right now. It says, once it appears, it goes on a rampage. It remains enraged until it demolishes everything around it. Yeah, so this revengeful energy is like you are in a rampage. It's causing your emotional body to be so disturbed that you are destroying things instead of, you know, building the world that you want or creating things that you desire. So I feel like this revenge energy is just destructive. And as they say, like, the best revenge is a happy life lived. You know what I mean? It's not doing things in order to try to show that person or those people, like, see, look at me now kind of energy. No, it's like literally evolving to the point where you're like, my life is so good, I don't give a beep what those people think. I don't care about what happened in my past because my life is so amazing, and look what I've done for myself. Like, it's about you and yourself, and really that's it. So just recognize that this revenge energy that's swirling around in your emotions is just destructive. So you need to start channeling it in a different way to make it constructive.
All right, and bonus number 11. Woo woo! Again, you saw it here.
Yeah, that's a second. That's 2 out of 3.
Oh, we have Combi.
Oh!
Alrighty, Combi double spin, and I think that's the male, right? If it has the
That's a female.
oh, female, which is
The one
right,
that evolves
more?
to Vespa Queen.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, so we have the female Combi. Alrighty. At night, Combi sleeps in a group of about 100, packed closely together in a lump. So, yeah, I mean, if you chose, because this is a bonus, right? And if you did choose, like, if the community aspect has definitely highlighted to you, this is definitely getting, like, calling in your hive. And it talks about, like, it sleeps with 100 people, so hive mind, collective energy, and the fact that, yeah, it's the female version, it can evolve into Vespa Queen, which is, like, the queen bee, and queen bees actually have that marking, like, on their heads, and so does Combi here. So, like, understanding, like, you are destined to be the leader, right? Queen bee is, like, the queen of the hive, so understanding, I feel like you're gathering your people, and you're gathering your collective, your community, pretty much, at this time. And it's very interesting. I feel like right now, like, having 3 of a unit is going to be very important.
It literally is 3, 3, 3, 3.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, like 3, right? We have, and I feel like, again, everybody has their own job and their own thing to take care of, and it's going to bring that to the hive and be fruitful and sweet and abundant, and just everybody's going to be happy and lively and just, like, cater to each other and be, like, happy kumbaya.
Ooh, I love it.
But yeah, I think, like, at this time as well, we have, like, one that's, like, kind of like, ooh, and another, and 2 of them being, like, all happy. So I feel like understanding, like, what you see and you bring back is going to like, it's gonna be very harmonious with your with your community. So I feel like you're gonna be the one that sees something, brings it back, and brings joy to everybody, and, like, people are gonna respect you and your vision, especially if, like, you are very intuitive and very, like, knowledgeable, and you know things, and people have kind of, like, brushed you off because they're like, oh, what are they saying? They're crazy, you know. These people that you're calling in is not going to put down your psychic intuition. They're going to acknowledge it and be like, wow, like, tell me more, like, you know. And that's the energy that you're bringing in, is people who actually see your gifts and potentials and want to, yeah, help you grow in a way and evolve. And yeah, it's a really good energy.
Definitely. All right, so we're just going to do an outro for YouTube, but if you're here, you get a free personal reading, so stick around, and you can comment if you want a particular topic or question, or just let us know general energy if you just want to see what the Pokeverse wants to say to you. Thanks for joining us for this Pokemoncy pack opening. Make sure that you follow us on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram.
Alola!
Alola!